Looking for a new audio mixer for your setup for your gaming, streaming, podcasting, YouTube content creation, such as this? Well, then you're in the right place because I have something called the MT-VIKI audio mixer. It's an audio mixer for gamers, streaming podcasters, YouTube content creators. This is the device right here in your face. As you can see, I have not yet opened this bad boy up, but it will be getting opened up very shortly. If you're interested, stick around and we're gonna take a look at what this mixer is all about. There's a lot of features in this mixer that I have not seen in some of the mixers yet that I've reviewed on this channel. So some very granular ones too, like controlling the amount of pitch and the amount of noise suppression by incremental adjustments via a knob. So these are some of the things I'm excited about for this. Let's open up this box right now. Here we are. Fantastic. So let's see what we get for our hardcore bucks. We get our device in all of its glory with its instructions for setup, mobile phone, computer mixer, live broadcast sound card, as it states there. And you get a little bit of instructions of what the device is all about, what the buttons do, and some of the features, and some of the connectivity. Product specifications in your face, techies and gamers. So we have quite a few things going on here. A lot of ports I'm seeing. Analog, yep. You have signal to noise, 108 dB. Woof, that's pretty good actually. Dynamic range is also fantastic. Let's just look at the box before we get into the mixer and see what we get in our wiring box. We get a small USB-C to USB-A cable here, TRRS to TRRS, 3.5mm jack, and we get a USB-C to USB-C. Okay. Ooh, this already has a little bit of weight on it. Wow, we got a nice mixer in white. Let me just bring this up to your face so you can get a nice look at what we got going on here. Metallic looking buttons, looks nice with the black and white. Nice ports going on here in the back with labels. So let's just look at what we got here. We have our XLR, we have instrument, right, for the bigger jack for connecting an instrument to that. We have another microphone port there. Next to that, we have a headset port. Accompaniment could be for a mobile device. Live broadcast interface 1 and 2. Then we have digital audio that will connect to your laptop, and we have a strictly power 5-volt connection there via USB-C. On the front we have a power switch and we have a 48-volt switch there as well. You have earphone 1 and earphone 2, that is for monitoring. Let's start from the left and see what we got. Looks like we have a reverb volume button here, so we can potentially control how much reverb incrementally we can apply to our audio. So this is nice. Typically on a lot of mixers, the reverb is just a button you cycle through and you just get like either one setting of reverb or just multiple different settings, but never incremental this way. On the left side, we have the original rap and rap song. So this is probably related to the reverb modes, I suppose. We don't know. We're going to go through all these buttons and see what they do exactly. Looking down at the bottom, we have electric singing and voice changers. So we're going to try those out. And our sliders here, ooh, little small. It's a nice smooth resistance here. I like it. Okay. You have mic total volume, mic high, mic mid, mic low. Is this an equalizer? What? We have an onboard little equalizer here apparently, so you can control the total volume of your microphone. So that will be the volume, obviously. But then you have your high range, your mid range, and your low. Treble, voice, mid range, and then bass. We're gonna see how that works. And then at the top you have a dodge speed, which, wow, another incremental control of dodge, incremental control of noise suppression from low all the way to high. Wow, this is already looking fantastic. Let's see how it actually works, if it's reliable enough for us anyway. We have an LCD display here. I don't know if that's a touch screen. I doubt it. It feels like really hard glass. Then here we have recording volume, we have accompanying volume, and we have musical instrument volume, which correlates to the ports back here. There's a few of them. And this is the monitor. I guess this is the full output of your mixer, assuming that's what that is, or it could be the monitoring of your headphones. We don't know just yet. We'll find out. Studio effect lead singer. Not sure what these effects are and how they differ from what these effects over here will be. We have some internal recording capabilities. Eliminate the original song, and then we have dodge. So when you connect your device via Bluetooth, you can pause, play, skip backward or skip forward with your mixer. So you have some onboard Bluetooth controls to your external device like your iPhone. Moving right along, we also have sound effects sound pads along the bottom. So there are some pre-configured ones, and then you have 4 customizable ones here at the back. This may be a little bit of an extensive video, so get ready because I might have to do some troubleshooting, and there are a lot of features to go through here. So if you're interested in seeing what all these features do, stick around. Let's go back. All right, techs and gamers, I have taken the liberty of plugging this guy into my computer, and we're going to power it on for the first time. And the power switch is on the front, and it does in fact have an LED associated with it, as well as the 48 volts. So the power switch is here on the left. We click that in, it will light up red, and your device will light up in tons and tons of colors. There's a lot going on. Now I see some things glowing right now, internal recording, and I see pop songs. I don't know why it's doing that. And we have Bluetooth flashing as well. That's probably because it's broadcasting, and you see a battery charging indicator there on the top. So let me just bring it up to you in your face so you can see how pretty this thing actually is. My Lord, nice and colorful with lots and lots of stuff going on here. We're gonna switch over to XLR. Listening to the playback, the monitoring, it's a millisecond of delay. The amplifier in this is not that robust either. All right, so right now we are on original sound. We have reverb, well, no reverbs or anything going up here. Original sound, you have some other I guess reverb sound effects. You have rap, and you can control the amount of reverb with this knob up here, and minimum to all the way to maximum. Now if I switch it over to pop song sounds a little bit, just a little bit different, a little bit more reverb than what rap has at max capacity, and it has a little bit more hollowness to it than the rap version. Down here you have some electronic singing. So let's press electronic singing and kind of see what that does.
A flat major.
Wow, that was loud. A flat major is what it said. So you can cycle through a number of, I guess,
A major.
A major,
B flat major.
B flat major,
B major.
B major,
C major.
C major. So it announces what you're on if you want to do any kind of auto tuning here.
D flat major.
B flat major, I can sing a B flat major.
D major.
D major because the D is so major. What? All right, so these are the auto tune effects, and if you ever wanted to cancel any of these effects out, you can just go back to the original button, and you know it's active when you see it flashing like that. All right, let's go back down to voice changer.
Female white mode.
Female mode, and well, my voice is deep, so I sound like a dwarf. But if I talk with a high-pitched voice, it'll process it as a female. What? All right, next one.
Male white mode.
What? Male mode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it just deepens my voice as a male. So if I had a high-pitched voice, it'll sound like a male. What?
Children's voice? Okay, so cool thing is that it announces what the mode is when you press it, and it sounds funny.
Magic life mode. What? I didn't even understand what you said. Magic life mode. I guess, wow, this is a monster mode. Okay.
Female white mode.
And it goes back to female mode. Okay, so there's about 4 different modes.
Here is the volume, so you can kind of lower that and raise it as much as you like. And then we have dodge, which is not present right now. That's for dodging music, or known as ducking. So when you speak, the music dips down a little bit, and then when you stop speaking, the music comes back up. So you control the amount, or rather here is the speed, right? You control the speed of the dodge. So it'll kind of just cut off and come back on faster after you finish speaking or as you're coming in to speak. So that's dodge speed. Then you have noise reduction. So this is a pretty strong noise reduction monster here. If you wanted to blast your noise reduction always at the top, you can do that, but I wouldn't advise going all the way up. Just use just as much as you need. Interestingly enough, we have EQ modes here: highs, mids, lows. So right now, this is the standard with everything up. But if I drop it down, you'll see that my highs drop down and it sounds a little muddy. And well, that's just because the higher ends dropped. Then you have midtones that drops down and it sounds a little bit muddy as well, because that's kind of like where most of your vocal range resides. So let's bring that back up. And then we have bass drop. And then we can drop the bass like that, and you have very, very low bass. Then we have all of these special effects. We have Kiss. Let's see what the quality of these special effects sound like. Wow, pretty loud. Slap in the face, kiss, slap in the face, fist. Maybe that's a punch. Whoa. Very useful. I can see these. Okay. That's a pity song, pit song. Okay. Not sure how that would be used. Love you very much.
I love you.
Okay. Full house. And then at the bottom, we have applause. Laughter. Despise. That's despise. Next up is sentimental. I can see that when someone's complaining and getting in their feelings. Okay, piano music. Sounds a little bit sad, a little ominous. Gunfire. God. And then you have 4 customizable buttons here. You hold it, and when it starts to flash, now you are recording, and that's the audio you want. And then you can let it go, and it finishes recording. You press it again. Flash. Now you are recording, and that's the audio you want. Hold it for a few seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let it go. Stops recording, and you can control it for as long as you like. It goes about 15 seconds for recording. Hold it for a few seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it for a few seconds. Talk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm wondering how long this thing will record for. I'm just going to hold my finger here and see if it ever stops. There we go. It finally stopped. That's a pretty long recording. Seconds. Talk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm wondering how long this thing will record for. I'm just going to hold my finger here and see if it ever. Okay, that's a nice 15-second long recording you can do. And you can do that with any 4 of these buttons, which is kind of fantastic. Okay. And the cool thing about these buttons is that if you wanted to stop mid-range, you could just press it and then press it again and it'll stop it, which is pretty good. Same thing here. Talk and it'll stop it again. So not bad. Very soft, rubbery buttons. Then you're probably wondering about all these lights going on here with the LCD. So in the middle, you see your frequency ranges, right? So that's volume levels. So if I start to dip down this right here, you'll see it drop a little bit at a time, and then it'll kind of reset after I let it go for a few seconds, and then you'll see how high my levels are. And then you push it up, it tells you what level you're on, and then it just continues to play. And the same goes for this right here. It'll tell you about your Bluetooth or wired connection, bringing in audio, and it'll just show you where the level is. And then when you let it go, it'll just go back to the microphone or the audio playing and show you what those levels are. Icon here, that's with that little circle with 0, 0, is the dodge indicator. So depending on the level of dodge you want to implement, which is the audio ducking, you can use this knob right here to incrementally increase or decrease it, and the max is 16. So it has 16 levels. The same goes for the circle on the right. Right now it's at 0. That is noise suppression, and there are 16 levels of that as well. And you can see the numbers incrementally go up as I increase the noise suppression. And right now it's pretty high, so it's probably chopping my voice up. Then you have a studio effect button here on the far right. And what does that do? Well, this introduces a different kind of effect. This kind of just goes with these settings over here. These are other reverb kind of settings, configurations, so to speak. So they don't sound the same. You can increase the amount of reverb you have with each and then decrease it with this knob here at the top left. And then down here on the far right, you have internal recording, which is basically loop back for being able to record PC audio coming in and then looping it back to your PC to actually get captured and recorded. Eliminate the song. This is for when you're playing music. It eliminates or kind of cancels out some of the music in the background. So when you turn your dodge on, it blinks, and then you can control your dodge levels over here on the left. Otherwise, with that turned off, this won't work. Even if you have it at 16, it won't dodge anything. Playing some Bluetooth music here. I can control it via the accompaniment. Accompaniment will control PC audio, Bluetooth audio, all in the same line. So just be mindful of that this does not separate your PC incoming audio from your Bluetooth audio. And with that playing, we can see what some of these other music buttons do, right? So let's click eliminate song. So you see it kind of just drops it out in the background slightly. It's kind of just eliminating not the song, but eliminating lyrics. So if there were lyrics to this song, it would cut them out. Then dodge. Now dodge is on. It's at 0. But if I turn it up, you'll see that I turned up speed of dodge. Comes back in relatively fast. So if I'm a person that talks a lot and wanted to dodge very fast and come back in very fast, that dodge and that speed right there will work pretty good, right? And I can just slow the speed down a little bit. And you'll see how it slowly kind of just ducks out, but not very fast at all. And then if I stop talking, it comes back in. So I would keep that dodge speed relatively fast, honestly. So probably as fast as possible, because I want it to cut off as soon as I start talking. As soon as I stop, I want it to come right back in. The switch on the top right here is for monitoring, right? So this is for monitoring everything. So when you turn that down, you will not hear yourself and you will not hear any music or anything else really. So just be mindful of your monitoring. Keep that nice and up and high. The recording knob here is for your final output. The recording turns everything off towards recording and output, but you can still hear the monitoring of it. So even if you turn your recording volume off, you'll hear your mobile device, your Bluetooth music playing, and I can hear my vocals in my headset as well, but you just won't be recording. So just as an example of how you can pause the Bluetooth with these buttons, you just have to press pause like that, and it actually pauses the video here, which is a song playing on my phone, and then I can just play it like that, control the volume, which is fantastic. Ooh, that song sounds nice. Getting a little out of control here. What's going on with me? And then we can fast forward to the next song, and it works for YouTube. So you can, this is a playlist I got through Penn Station. Interested in this kind of music, or his music specifically, which is very good. Links in the description. So what do I think of this device overall? Well, I think it's pretty decent. Overall, it's packed with a lot of features you kind of don't see in devices like the Fifine SE3 and the Mono Neo, because, well, this gets very granular into some of the settings, and like the EQ with the microphone, for example, you don't see that in any of those mixers. For even in the more expensive Mono and Fifine mixers. Well, Fifine has just that one mixer. Mono has several other mixers that are pretty nice, but it doesn't have all these features that are built into this. Like, for example, the granular reverb controls right here. You have things like dodge speed, how fast you want it to dodge. You have things like controlling your Bluetooth, right? Not just the audio, right? But you can skip songs and it controls my video on my phone via Bluetooth, and it does it pretty fast. Pretty nice. It has an LCD interface which shows you your levels here, a little bit of an EQ thing. I don't know why it has all of those. I don't think it needs all of those things. Maybe it's just to show what your highs and lows are on your EQ, but that's probably not true. You have things like noise reduction, granular noise reduction right here. You can really bump that up to 16 different levels of noise reduction. So that's quite fantastic. You have other knobs here, things for controlling like your music instrument independent of your mic or your music coming internally from your phone or your PC. So that's good that you can control your music independently, which would be like your instrument connected to the jack next to the microphone. Plenty of sound effects options. I will say that the sound effects options quality isn't that great. It isn't a super high quality, but it's a better quality than you have on the Fifine SE3. And same goes for the custom. These custom recordings are the same as the quality on these. You can't change all of these, which there are about 12 set sound effects. And then you have 4 custom buttons to create your own 4 custom sounds. So pretty decent on the options for creating sound pads for yourself, and whatever's included default. Probably won't use all of them, but there's probably just a select few that you probably use continually on an ongoing basis. Plenty of options on the back, right? For headphones, you have other mobile devices you can connect here, 1 and 2. So that's good for 3.5 millimeter jack connections for mobile devices. And yeah, as far as the knob controls, the hardware is concerned, these are very nice and smooth buttons. I kind of like these buttons. All of them turn very granularly and gradationally. What? That's not a word. Stop it. Same goes for the sliders here. Very smooth, and there is some minor resistance, which is it's a pretty good quality there. So I like that.